Hello, today we're going to be unpacking the basic uses of the verb gustar. Gustar is a word that is used every day in Spanish. It's very common, but it's tricky because it works backwards. These notes are going to be short, so I'm going to encourage you to pause anytime you need to write something down. You ready? Here we go. All right, so let's start by talking about backwards verbs. One of the most common verbs in daily conversation in English is to like. We say, I like pizza, I like math, I like you, I like your sweater, right? In Spanish, the verb that we use to do that is gustar, but it works backwards. So it doesn't technically mean to like, it means to be pleasing to. So instead of I like pizza, we're going to say pizza is pleasing to me, or math is pleasing to me, or your sweater is pleasing to me. Because it works backwards, we're not going to use regular subject pronouns. So we're not going to use yo, tú, él, ella, usted. We have to use object pronouns instead. All right, so here we go. First, we're going to talk about if we want to use gustar with a verb. We want to say, I like doing this thing. I like playing piano. I like running. I like playing soccer. I like reading. Okay, so if we're going to use it with a verb. If you want to talk about an activity that someone likes to do, you're going to start your sentence like this. Instead of starting with yo, you're going to start with a mí, and then you're going to say me gusta, which means it's pleasing to me. If it's pleasing to you, I'm going to say a ti te gusta. If it's pleasing to him or her or you formal, a él, a ella, or a usted le gusta. If it's pleasing to me, or excuse me, to us, a nosotros or a nosotras nos gusta. If it's pleasing to all y'all in Spain, a vosotros or vosotras os gusta. And if it's pleasing to them, a ellos les gusta, a ellas les gusta, or to all of you, a ustedes les gusta. All right, so those are the forms. Let's see if we can figure out which ones to use. So we're going to do a little practice here. So use that chart and figure out all of these sentences are talking about a verb that someone likes to do. Which form of gustar, me gusta, te gusta, le gusta, nos gusta, os gusta, or les gusta would go in the blank. So a mí blank correr. A ella blank beber los refrescos. A nosotros blank andar en patineta también. A ellas blank preparar la comida más. Pero a ti blank pasar un rato con los amigos. A vosotras blank trabajar. A él blank descansar después de la escuela. A ellos blank comer antes de la escuela. A mí no blank hacer la tarea. And que blank hacer a ti. In order, we should have me gusta, le gusta, nos gusta, les gusta, te gusta, os gusta, le gusta, les gusta, me gusta, and te gusta. Pause if you need time to write those down. All right, so that's what it's like if we're using gustar to talk about a verb that we like to do. But we can also use gustar to talk about nouns that we like. Then it gets a little trickier because it matters whether it is a singular noun, like I like pizza, pizza is pleasing to me, or if it's a plural noun, like dogs, I like dogs, which means dogs, plural, are pleasing to me. So we're going to start with the same concept, a mí me, a ti te, a él, ella, or usted le, a nosotros nos, a vosotros os, and a ellos, ellas, or ustedes les. But if the thing that's pleasing to us is singular, we're going to use gusta. And if the thing that's pleasing to us is plural, we're going to use gustan. Okay? So we're going to put it all together. And what I find helps me is that after I put the sentence together, I read it backwards. And if it makes sense, if it matches, then we're good. So for example, a mí me gustan los huevos. A mí has to match me, and gustan has to match the huevos. And if I read it backwards, it says eggs are pleasing, and this is the ellos form because huevos are plural. So eggs are pleasing to me, to me. That works. A Julia y Carlos les gusta la leche. So a Julia y Carlos goes with les, and I'm going to use gusta because leche is singular. If I read it backwards, it means milk is pleasing to them. And who's them? Julia and Carlos. All right, it's your turn. I'm going to have you practice with these sentences. A ti no te gustan las manzanas. A nosotros nos gusta la hamburguesa. ¿Qué te gusta beber? Paco and Pepe like soup. I like grapes. We don't like to drink coffee. And they like soup for lunch. And here are those answers so you can check them. You don't like apples. We like the hamburger. What do you like to drink? A Paco y Pepe les gusta la sopa. A mí me gustan las uvas. A nosotros no nos gusta beber el café. A ellos les gusta la sopa para el almuerzo.